Barcelona were so close to completing one of the greatest comebacks you could ever see in Spanish football. 3-0 thrashing against Atletico Madrid. Honestly, a terrible performance from Atletico, and Barcelona showing that they are worthy of competing to try to win the Champions League, something they haven't won in 11 years. And this game here proved that it's 100% doable. Obviously, before coming to this match, you expected, for a lot of people, the bare minimum. You're 4-0 down. Only positive is that you're at home. And for me, as a Madrid fan, I knew Barcelona were going to go and play the football that they're used to. I'm not going to say Barcelona is inconsistent. It's just that they haven't been playing to the level I think that they can or should be. They are 100%. They have the players, and they have, the, surrounding built base, what I'm talking about. They are 100% the team that can win the Champions League. They just got to keep on being that team. And going against Atletico, or for me, are the most inconsistent team in world football. They can beat Real Madrid and then lose to Rayo one week. They can beat Barcelona 4-0 and then lose to, Celta de Vigo the following week. That's the type of team Atletico Madrid is. So coming to this match, 4-0 down, I expected Barcelona to score. I thought they were going to score 4. I said it. They're going to score. The score is going to be 4-0, and it's going to get hit to penalties. And that's what Barcelona almost did. Atletico Madrid to qualify for the final of the Copa del Rey, the first time since 2013, which is mind-blowing. I can't believe it's been that long. I was positive that they made it, but no, it was actually 2013, which blew my mind. Good for Atletico. Their defensive positioning for 90 minutes at the Camp Nou, and you can see how. That's something Simeone has always been known for, is if they have a 1-0 lead in the game, or if they're winning on aggregate, he's going to play in the back. The thing is with that is if you're going to play from the back, if you're going to, drop your players, tactically you have to be ready for that. And this team was just not ready tactically. Diego Simeone, he didn't have the players for that. They did not. It was just, for me, it was a terrible match for them. Diego Simeone states out saying, that made sense, states that he hoped that Antonio Griezmann can play in the final of the Copa del Rey, because Griezmann is being heavily targeted to an MLS move to Orlando City, and he should be there. If Griezmann's gonna leave, he needs. I know MLS, their transfer window's still open, and they can bring him right now if they really wanted to. But I think Griezmann, if he leaves, he needs to leave with a bang and win a last trophy for Atletico. I don't think he was in that winning league title for either years of 2014 and 2022. So you need a Griezmann. He's won trophies obviously before for Atletico, but this one is in particular, just really important for the club. So you really want to see him there. And then of course you can see them celebrating in the dressing room. Good players for me. Atletico have a really good bench, really good starting 11. It's just that they don't click. Just really inconsistent. They can play amazing one game, and forget all about it the following next. And that's something I think they really work on. I don't know if they need a new system, need a new coach. Diego Simeone obviously has been there for 15 years or so. But maybe I think it's time for change. I think it's really time for change for Atletico Madrid. They have the players. They spend so much money. And just to be in a position like this, I think they 100% can do better. They can fight for league titles. They can fight and go far in the Champions League. They can win Copa del Rey. I think they just need a new system. They have the players. They do. Barcelona at the end, for me, as a Madrid fan, I love seeing Barca play back in the Camp Nou, one of the best stadiums in the world. Wish it was at full capacity, and I wish it was fully built, because seeing the concepts and everything like that, it's a beautiful stadium. And you want to verse your rivals at their best. Same, hopefully vice versa for other people. If I want to verse Barca, I want to verse them at their best, at the best stadium, with their best players on the pitch, and with obviously my club being at the best level as well. That's what you want to see from. I feel like either fan or not fan, you want to see that. Lamine Yamal, top player. He looked great this past weekend. Scoring his first hat trick for Barcelona and in his professional career, and now going against Atletico Madrid, you could see him down in that wing what a superb player that he is. A lot of backlash early on in the season, but now he's showing, he can be that player. He said that he doesn't need to score 100 goals a game or something like that. He just needs to be part of the team and helping out, and that's what he's obviously doing. Amazing player Lamine Yamal is, but a player that you didn't really expect was Mark Burnell. After that huge ACL tear that he had last season, people were saying, he was looking bright before that tear, and now gone for a year. Is he going to be back into the starting 11 or be back into the main team? And he got in there, and he's been scoring lately. So, it's great for Mark Burnell. He states that it was truly a special night. One of the first nights I live here with these fans at the Spotify Camp Nou in this way. Honestly, I can't find the words, and we thank them because their support gives us so much. Huge for Mark Burnell. 2 goals, 43 passes, 63 touches, 5 shots, etc., etc. Such a key and underrated player for Barcelona. Important for squad depth. Araujo states that if we continue to play like this, we'll win the Champions League and La Liga, and that's nothing but true. One thing with Real Madrid is they rely on individual play, and you can 100% see the difference of game style or play style Barcelona and Real Madrid do. Every time I see Barca play, they just connect. They work well together. They have people in the box. They move. They create gaps. Madrid don't do any of that. They rely on one player to make a crazy dribble and then score a goal or score a banger, like Fede scoring a long shot or Vini skilling a defender or Mbappe using his pace. That's what Real Madrid rely on. Real Madrid are not a team to play like Barcelona, which is why I said it. When Real Madrid reached first place in La Liga, I said they're going to lose it because they're the most inconsistent, not inconsistent, but they're the team with no rhythm, no connection whatsoever. So longevity wise, they're not going to win any trophy this season, and that's what's happening. And they can beat City next weekend or next week or whatever, and then continue to play horrible the following games going on. I don't think Madrid's going to win La Liga unless I see some sort of change. There's been glimpses of it. There's 100% has been, but and then you have that word inconsistency involved with that. So it's hard for Real Madrid. So I do think Barcelona will La Liga. Champions League's up for grabs for honestly any team. It really depends, but. Griezmann poses now IG. Does this picture that doesn't really make sense, but does this picture goes hard, and it's him celebrating with 2 players on the ground. But Kubarsi and Cancelo, that match, Yamal and Burnell are getting like all the headlines and stuff. But Cancelo and Kubarsi were really superb that game. And then Koundé, who is and Balde is out for 3 weeks. Not sure if that's going to interview in Champions League. I don't know if Champions League is next week or the week after. I'm going to check real quick. But it's huge. They have Newcastle, and Newcastle are here in their team. But Monday, Tuesday, next week is Champions League week, so that's going to be huge for Barca. Gerard Martin is probably going to play in the back. Injuries suck. Madrid is dealing with it. Honestly, every team deals with injuries. It's just terrible at this point. But important win for Atletico. They need a trophy after all the money they spent, and Barcelona looked great out there. I think if you're a Atletico Madrid fan, you should not be happy. You shouldn't even celebrate going through. Sure, yes, you should be happy. I get it. You make it to a final after 13 years, but winning in this type of way, nearly getting, you're having a 4-0 lead and them scoring 3 goals and nearly, the Barcelona could have won 5. They could have scored 5. They 100% could have scored 6. So, huge important win for Atletico, and Barcelona will 100% come back from this. Barcelona fans should take this as a positive more than, a loss. But that's just me.